Today is the last day for arguments in a lawsuit challenging the state's new congressional district map.
Yeah, a panel of federal judges in El Paso will decide if the map is constitutional and can be used in the midterm election. The mid-decade redistricting effort would help Republicans pick up 5 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. Some civil rights groups are suing, saying the map dilutes the voting power of black and brown voters. They're asking the court to stop the state from using the map. Today, I talked with the Texas Tribune's Eleanor Klibanoff about who was in the courtroom for some of the arguments. What was particularly interesting was there was all this talk about the man who draws the maps.
Yes.
So when the map was being debated, there was a lot of talk about him. He took the stand this week.
Yes, Adam Kincaid, sort of the Wizard of Oz type, it seems like sometimes, certainly the way the plaintiffs portray it. He was well documented. He drew the 2021 maps for Texas. He's sort of the GOP's map drawer in chief. He's drawn most of the red state maps, and he's very sort of savvy about this and very smart about how can we maximize these maps for Republicans. And the question of whether or not he drew the 2025 map was always a little bit hard to pin down during this process. Republican lawmakers now say, well, of course he did. We weren't hiding that. But they were sort of denying it or finding ways to sort of sidestep the question during the process.
Oh, yeah, some saying they didn't know who he was.
They didn't know who that was. They had never heard his name before, things like that. And part of it is that the lawmakers want legally to be able to say, I didn't see any data. I didn't see any racial data. I couldn't have drawn a discriminatory map because Adam Kincaid drew it. And, he verified that it was legal, and that's, my hands are clean. And so a little bit of moving the cup on that, but he did testify this week and, I think laid out pretty cleanly that he did draw the map, that he worked with the White House to do so and the RNC, and that this map really was just given to Texas lawmakers, which was sort of the rumor throughout the process.
Well, the panel of judges is expected to make a ruling soon. You can see more of my interview with Eleanor on Texas This Week this Sunday morning on KVUE News Daybreak at 8:40 a.m.